You yourself gained worldwide attention a few years ago when you said there was, quote, no room for homosexuality in Kenyan society. I want to know whether you still stand by that.
Welcome to part 2 on Kingdom, Jesus, Religion and Lies. Let's enjoy.
God is not a Christian, and He is not. Even for those of us who are of the Christian faith, Christ was not a Christian.
I'm no longer a Christian. I'm now a citizen. We'll talk about that in a minute. God's original plan was never religion. Yeah, there's a whole lot of religions, and I better throw in the part Christianity.
Christianity has only become a fig leaf with which we hide our moral nakedness. We must interrogate our Christianity, because if it were true that being Christians immunize us from greed, then this country would be one of the countries with the least corruption in the world. It cannot be right that we are 80% Christian, we claim, and we are one of the most corrupt nations in Africa and on earth. And one of the reasons why Africa and Kenya will never realize their potential is that our appetite for that which is evil has been sharpened. Corruption is found even in churches today. You know, a friend of mine with whom we don't agree on many things, but we agreed on this one, once told me, the church has become so mechanical, so structured in form, that there is no space for Christ and God. And that I thought was very deep. But in some airport in the Middle East, that there was a signpost saying, you can leave your goods here, there are no Christians. There is a sense in which that statement is made tongue-in-cheek, but it has a hidden meaning.
Evil people congregate. So if you find people going to church, there is nothing good in church.
Nimesema ukituma 500 na kutumia 30,000. 300 na kutumia 7,000. Ukituma 200 na kutumia 5,000. Wewe ndio ninangojea ndio nikushughulikie.
Telling people, hey, na bwana ameniambia. Wale wananitumia 310. 310 hapo ndio. Mbwa wewe. And now they take your children to church, they go watch this corn game happening, and they become small corns just like your bitches and your pastors. Find yourself in church, know you're a puny. That's all I'm saying. There's not a single church in the world that if you go, you're not a puny. Because church has been created to dominate the man. That's the problem. The church has been created to dominate the man. So when you go there, let's more dominate you. Woe unto you. Woe unto you. You have a Mercedes-Benz S550 in your DMs, bro. On Sunday, if you're a guy who has a good car, drive to any church dressed well. See how the ushers treat you, bro. The ushers know. The ushers know who is who, Omera. The ushers know what to do with the people who are dressed well and have good cars. The ushers are going to give each other eye contact. Before you know it, you guys, you've been taken to the second row, just right behind the pastor. And the pastor will turn the time to say hi to people. He's turning and say, hey, it's good to see you. We should come, we do coffee. And you're wondering, this church is very friendly. No, they know. Bro, there's a whole communication. Hey, kuna Mercedes-Benz S550 imelanda hapa in your DMs. That guy who's walking in with a shiny suit. It goes all the way to the pastor. You'll see pastor doing this. Okay, Pastor goes up there. Oh, Jesus. The Lord is telling me something today. Bobo Shante, Shabalaks, Otile Brown, Calligraph Jones. The Lord is telling me that somebody here needs him tonight. Because there's no way this guy has come to church and he doesn't need him. He probably has wife issues. So as long as he's here, he has a problem. So we must find out what the problem is. So he's looking at the guy and he's going to go down the list of problems. Let's start. Somebody here is expecting a big deal from the government. Looks at the guy. Is it that one? No. Okay. There are a few Fukuswis who don't matter, screaming at the back. Fuck you guys. This is not for you. Somebody here is contemplating whether to get married at this moment or not. Looks at the guy. Is he the one? Are we getting close? Are we going in the right direction? Then you see the guy doing, you're like, oh, okay, direction do you? Somebody here is about to get married but does not know which woman to pick. Oh, you're like, nephew. Hey, Kenodia, you will take yourself to the pastor and give him chums. Here, pastor. Today you just spoke to me. Yeah. How much do I owe you? Can I give you a car? Can I give you my tithe for my companies, my group of companies? I can be bringing my tithe here. Oh, it's nothing, son. Go in peace. May the Lord be with you. Genovia. May the Lord be with you, motherfucker. Puny ass. So stupid you can't see anything. Let's do an example. Somebody here, assume I'm a pastor now. Jesus is here. Jesus is here. The Holy Spirit is here. The Holy Spirit is telling me that somebody has a sleeping condition. So among you here, there's a person who has problem sleeping. It takes you a long time to sleep. Before you sleep, you are thinking many things. There are a lot of thoughts that cannot allow you to sleep. The Lord is telling me today is your salvation. Come on, somebody. Tell me the truth, bro. There's somebody here, out of all the people who are here, who has that exact problem. Oh, Jesus. Somebody the other day went to the toilet and was shitting blood. There must be somebody who's shitting blood. You are shitting blood for a whole day. Somebody here is sleeping with another man's wife. Somebody here is sleeping with another man's wife. Somebody here has been impregnated by the side piece. And your husband does not know it. Let me give you 99% of the bitches. Some of you who work in offices have a workmate who is jealous of you. Ooh! You'll see the two bitches standing. Jesus! That is me. Lifting up their tits. That's to, hey, Jesus, it's me. People are always jealous of me. Sunday school, somebody yesterday was told to sleep very early. Me. Somebody here has a problem approaching women. Every time he tries to approach women, he gets the heebie-jeebies. Somebody here has a problem with masturbation. The other day you were given a row by a girlfriend, you stayed less than a minute. And the second round, you couldn't get it up. You tried getting it up, you couldn't get it up. Somebody here is wondering whether the child is his.
Because the God that I worship cannot be bottled in little religions. The God that I worship cannot be contained in little books.
The Bible is now the greatest instrument in creating false industries in the continent of Africa. And that is not to be celebrated. It is to be frowned upon. And we who claim to be Christians, and I normally use this very deliberately, we claim to be Christians. As to whether we are is another debate. We'll only discover that a little later when we are in heaven. Let us situate the Bible in its proper place. Christianity as we know it today in the continent of Africa was midwifed to us in the continent through Europe, through the missionaries. When they came, they were reading the very same Bible that we are reading today. When they sat in Berlin and were dividing the continent of Africa, they were reading the same Bible that we are reading today. The same Bible in which In Paul's letter to the Galatians at chapter 3:28, he says, there are no Jews, no Gentiles, no slave, no free, no woman, no man. They read that verse. It was not interpolated later after they came. They read it. But they came here and conquered us. They came here and discriminated against us. The same Bible. They were being mentored by that very same Bible. They came here when they had divided the body of Christ. The English had appropriated the religion in 1534, and they now had their Anglican church complete with the monarch as its head. The Scots had appropriated their own, and they had the Presbyterian church. The Greeks had their Greek Orthodox. The Armenians, the Armenian Orthodox. The Roman Catholics were even bolder. They called it the Roman Catholic Church. So that even when they are in Uganda, it's not Ugandan Catholic Church, it is the Roman Catholic Church. And you are going there and you are saying you are Roman Catholic Church. In apartheid South Africa, they are the Dutch Reformed Church, which became the foundation stone upon which apartheid was articulated in 1948 by Hendrik Verwoerd and his cohorts. So the Bible has been misused. Don't be cheated. Let's not be nice to each other because we are Christians. The Bible has been misused. It has been used to support slavery. It has been used to support colonization. It has been used to pervert the truth. I remember when we were baptized, we used to say, I reject the devil with all his works. I'm sure many of you remember that. That is not true. You never rejected the devil with all his works. Those were words that you just spoke on the spur of the moment. Many times now, when people tell me they are born again, I say, what are they hiding? And it's out of experience. What are they about to hide? That they start by saying, I'm born again. Because when you are born again, my interaction with you in 10 minutes will show me that you are born again. And I've gone into restaurants and I see somebody and I ask them, are you born again? By conduct. Not by mere words. There is no shortage of Bible-thumping individuals running around claiming they are born again. The mother church, you are saying in England, is saying civil marriages using the same Bible. When the colonialists came, they came and gave us laws. One of them, the offense of sex against the order of nature. Now they are telling us that that has changed. And very soon, in Africa, aid will be made conditional upon accepting homosexuality, if it is not already the case. They'll tell you the IMF and the World Bank is not going to disburse money to Uganda or Tanzania or any other country unless you accept that that be decriminalized. It is happening already. And after that, they'll tell us bestiality is fine.
One of the major issues, and it's a holdover from sort of colonial Victorian, is the issue of sexual preference in many African countries. In Kenya, to be gay, the LGBT community is illegal. They just want to have equal rights, the same privacy and equality as all other Kenyans do. Is that something that you aspire to for your country?
I want to be very clear, Christiana. There is I will not engage in a subject that is of no, it is not of any major importance to the people and the Republic of Kenya. This is not an issue, as you would want to put it, of human rights or this. This is an issue of society, of our own base as a culture, as a people, regardless of which community you come from. This is not acceptable. This is not agreeable.
Because what you've categorically just stated is that this is not an issue for us, for the Kenyan people,
Yes.
and you don't think that the idea of their privacy, their equality, their rights is important.
This is,
but it's a global issue right now.
It's important to them where they are.
Why is it not
I am
important
saying
to you
that it
as
is
president
not
of the country?
important to me as the leader of 49 million Kenyans. And after, if you want to ask me my personal opinion,
What is your personal opinion?
after I finish my process, I can talk about my personal opinion. But as the leader of the people of the Republic of Kenya, I represent that which our people are desirous to be.
When a government gets in the habit of treating people differently, those habits can spread. And not harming anybody, the idea that they are going to be treated differently or abused because of who they love is wrong. Full stop.
Just like President Obama, I think we also need to be able to speak frankly about some of these things. And the fact of the matter is that Kenya and the United States, we share so many values. Our common love for democracy, entrepreneurship, value for families. These are things that we share. But there are some things that we must admit we don't share. Our culture, our societies don't accept. It's very difficult for us to be able to impose on people that which they themselves do not accept. This is why I repeatedly say that for Kenyans today, the issue of gay rights is really a non-issue. We want to focus on other areas that are day-to-day living for our people.
I want to talk to you about a specific, human rights situation in parts of Africa and including in your own country. You yourself gained worldwide attention a few years ago when you said there was, quote, no room for homosexuality in Kenyan society. I want to know whether you still stand by that.
We have Kenyan law, we have Kenyan constitution, we have our tradition, we have our customs. We will continue to respect other people's customs as they respect our customs and our tradition. I am very clear that we respect everybody and what they believe in, but we also have what we believe in, and we expect to be respected for what we believe in.
Basically saying homosexuality is not agreeable. You've just said that you're kind of trying to thread the needle, that the law says one thing, but you respect everybody's rights. Will a Ruto administration crack down, like many other leaders in Africa, on the homosexual LGBTQ community, or will you allow them their human rights and their civil rights?
I think on that subject, President Kenyatta was spot on. We do not want to create a mountain out of a molehill. This is not a big issue for the people of Kenya. When it becomes a big issue for the people of Kenya will make a choice. When the issue you have discussed about homosexuality and the rights of LGBT will come, the people of Kenya will make a choice, and we will respect the choice of the people of Kenya.
And in a new development around matters LGBT, the Supreme Court of Kenya has ruled that the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer LGBTQ community have the right to association. The judgment now means that the NGO's board's decision to deny homosexuals the right to form recognized groups was discriminatory. The judges, however, maintain that homosexuality is still illegal in Kenya.
Honorable Speaker, our laws are quite clear. Our penal code still has outlawed issues to do with homosexuality.
On this, we will say no. If they're going to come up with travel, what do you call restrictions, keep your country, keep your cultures, keep your nonsense to yourselves. And I'm talking to the West in this case here.
It is quite clear from our books that some of these things in LGBTQ are actually outlawed. And therefore, anything associated with those characters cannot be allowed to stand against the morals of the people of Kenya. Whether it's sodomy, whether it's lesbianism, whether it's queerness, whether it is anything that is outward practiced by these characters who say they have human rights. It's also important to condemn those who come with these ideas. And this is why today we celebrate the President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni. We celebrate the late Robert Mugabe of Uganda. We must stand to be counted. We must tell these Europeans and Americans that for the little money they are enticing us with, I'm told they're even offering relief food to Kenyans so that you can legalize things like this one. They have been approaching our organizations, including the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, offering tokens so that they can promote rights of such characters. Thank heavens, these commissions and these organizations have said no to their little tokens.
In fact, Mr. Speaker, I think the President of this country should write immediately to the Attorney General to appeal this ruling.
Ya kwamba mimi ni mtu ambaye ninamcha Mungu. Yale mambo ambayo yamefanyika kule kotini, hata kama tunaheshimu kotini, lakini desturi, mila, Ukristo wetu, Uislamu wetu hauwezi kuturuhusu mke aoe mke mwenzake ama mwanaume aoe mwanaume mwenzake. Tunaheshimu madini zetu zote. Hatuwezi kwenda barabara ati ya wanawake kuoa wanawake wenzao, ati na wanaume kuoa wanaume wenzao. Hiyo haiwezekani katika taifa letu la Kenya, jameni.